Christy.
Hi, Holland.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I'm here with Christy Green. You may recognize her from being in class next to you.
Probably.
On a mat, doing yoga. Christy's been with us for a long time, but what some of you may not know is that Christy has a lot of expertise that she uses in her day job.
Yes.
That she will be bringing to our studio starting next month for part of our Yoga for Athletes workshops. So Christy, can you tell us what you do when you're not doing yoga at Gen Yoga?
Sure. My real job on a day-to-day basis is I'm a physical therapist. So right now I work with orthopedics, sports. So right now I work with adolescents, but I have experience from kids all the way up to adults.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we knew Christy was the perfect person to bring into Gen and talk to athletes who are interested in yoga or yogis who are athletes as well about core. So I want you to tell us what you see. What's a couple of misconceptions that you see in your athletes when it comes to core, and maybe even in yogis as well?
Yeah. So the biggest thing with core is just identifying what the core is. So people think core is often abs, and abs are your six-pack, the eight-pack. That looks really pretty, but really does nothing for you stability-wise. So what my goal and my passion is to really be able to identify that your core is pretty much from your shoulders to your hips.
Okay,
and
expanding
not
that.
Just this. Yes, it's not just this pretty area here, but your core really embraces the whole middle section.
Right.
So I want to be able to identify that. Because like if you're going to buy a house or spend a lot of money on something, you want something on a level ground. You want something strong and firm to build upon it.
Right.
And if you don't have that foundation, things are going to collapse, and it's going to put more work and more energy than you really have to have.
Right. So we start with really understanding what it actually is.
Yeah.
And then only from there can we start to use the core in a meaningful way for stability and range of motion.
Yeah. So in order for you to move well, if you watch like little kids move, they're moving all the time. And as adults, unfortunately, we get jobs and get in the real world, and we spend a lot of time sitting. That we're not exploring our environments and doing more. And yoga really allows us to explore our bodies and really develop what we have and have access to. But in order for us to be able to tap into those arm balances and leg balances, you've got to have a strong foundation, and that's your core.
That's the core. So we have to know what the core is, not only to be successful in yoga, but also to move our bodies well in whatever capacity we're doing them, including athletic endeavors. So we see a lot of CrossFitters coming to the studio, we see a lot of runners coming to the studio, some triathletes coming to the studio, and what we're looking to offer these folks is a way to get all this information in a cohesive way from an expert, that's Christy. So can you tell us a little bit about the workshop that you're teaching here?
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about it. So what I get to do in this workshop is bring what I do on a daily basis to everybody at home, right? So my goal is to, one, show you how we're moving. So pick an exercise and we're gonna all do it together. And then we're gonna delve into what the core is, identify it, define it. And then we're gonna look into movement patterns and see what common areas are people struggling with. And then show you how to fix it. And identify and really tap into that core, and then actually apply it to a sun salutation. And incorporate that into your practice. And you don't have to be an athlete. You can just be, your hobby could be just watching TV. It really doesn't matter. But if you're looking for kind of taking your practice and taking your postural awareness to the next level, this is definitely a class to try.
Absolutely. It's a good starting point for getting into this type of more specific work.
Yep.
And then, so since you're bringing what you're teaching into the sun salutation, anyone who comes to the class, the workshop, will be able to take everything you learned in the workshop back to your regular class. You'll be able to have the experience from Christy in the room with an expert and know that you're doing it right and what to look for or how it feels, and you'll bring it off out of the workshop and into the yoga mat in the classroom. And tell me, Christy, what do you see the benefits of yoga are for athletes? Or people who are doing this other, more intense movement pattern stuff?
Well, it just varies it. So I guess in our everyday, we think we have to specialize in something. Like if we're a a runner, we specialize and train in running.
But that doesn't mean you should only be running.
Correct. You have to be varied and try different things. So it's all about balance. It's all about exposure to different patterns. Yoga really, for me, really incorporates those fundamental movement patterns that we see throughout development and then build upon it. So it builds not only from a mobility, flexibility standpoint, but it also allows for strength and then motor control. So that's putting it all together. So you've got this triangle of things working together, and you can have pieces of it, but really the whole point of yoga and practice and identifying your core is putting it all together. And I think that's where we lack.
Right. So athletes might have imbalances in the way they're training or the way they're moving. Yoga can counteract those imbalances. Christy, who is this workshop for?
So this workshop is going to be for any athletes, runners, lifters, yogis, soccer. I mean, anything. Anybody that just leads a active lifestyle that just wants to dig a little bit deeper and really be able to connect with what their core is, to give them a better stability. And then just anyone who wants to challenge. I think it's this class or this workshop is going to be challenging what your normal thoughts are about what your core is. It's not going to be, let me just work on my abs and sweat for 30 minutes.
Right.
This is going to be, let me really identify what muscles are turning on to challenge yourself a little bit further in your practice in whatever lifestyle that you're leading.
Awesome. So yeah, I want to reiterate that. Don't expect like a workout class. That's not what this is.
No. So be ready to take notes, ask questions.
And she'll offer some movement tests, some skills, movement exercises.
Yep, to identify those areas that are really problematic or most common for people.
Yeah.
But this is, like you said, this is not going to make you sweat for 2 hours. This is going to be, let's dig deeper, let's slow it down to be able to make your practice that much more challenging going forward. You're gonna leave thinking differently. That's pretty much what it is. You're gonna be a different person leaving this class. It's not gonna be, I mean, you may sweat in a different way than you thought you would, but it's not a 2-hour sweating class. It's definitely going to make you rethink and identify what you're actually turning on and what muscle groups are supposed to be working.
Could you say that we are redefining core?
We are redefining the core.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so
bring that keyword back in there.
Yeah. So I want to just give the details for the workshop.
Yeah.
It's coming up next month. It's Yoga for Athletes, Redefining Core, one in a series of workshops for athletes. This is your starting point for making sure your approach to your body when it comes to core, most important stabilizer system, is good so that you can build from there. It's on Sunday, October 20th here at Gen Yoga. It's from 2 to 4 p.m. If you're a monthly member here, make sure you're getting your member discount on this workshop. We cannot wait to start this up. I can't wait till October 20th. This is going to be really great.
Yeah.
You can book online at genyogatx.com/workshops, or else book in the studio or on your MindBody app. We will see you there.
All right, see you soon.
Thanks, Christy.
All right, thanks.